it does require a level of maturity because marriage is a series of hills and valleys. And what I tend to notice, and this is kind of to speak specifically to Closet Baddie's point, where she was talking about the examples of marriage, right? What I tend to notice a lot of the times is that we try to find the problems in marriages, even when they appear successful. So we're here. Oh, this couple's been together for 60 years, and we're looking at, oh, he put her through a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean? Or he must have been most of that must have been unhappy, rather than realizing that they understood the assignment. They had the maturity to be able to make it through all the hills and valleys. That's why their marriage stood the test of time. So and we do that a whole lot. And when you don't recognize that you're gonna have a lot of lows, I think somebody said something about a guy sat in my chair today. He told me about how life has a way of give you really good highs and very humbling lows. And I think a lot of the times we don't realize that the lows doesn't necessarily mean that that's the end of the marriage or that's the end of it all. It's just you're being tried right now. God is trying you, and He's trying your relationship, and nothing happens for no reason. So I think we need to start. We always talk about how we don't see no example. We all got examples of successful marriages in our somewhere around us, whether that's the pastor at the church or a person at the church or your parents or a friend of yours. Or, we all have successful versions of it. I think it's better for us to start seeking out what those look like rather than always recognizing and talking about the well, I guess you can't have a public discussion without talking about the shit that people go through in marriage. But as far as looking for examples for how your marriage should go, I think you should probably start seeking out the positive examples of marriage. And I don't mean like everything is perfect, but recognizing, okay, what kind of qualities do these two people have that allow them to withstand the trials and tribulations that they go through within their marriage? That's what I think we should start seeking out.
And I'm beginning to learn that I challenge Mr. Letgo to change the way he think that his maturity as within himself. I know you stated your maturity as a man is being able to accept a woman's nature that she's just gonna do dumb shit, quote unquote. Those were your words. I would challenge you to look at maturity from a different angle as positioning yourself as a husband, being able to be a spouse to a woman instead of thinking that because all humans do human nature, the nature of a human, all of us do bad things or stupid stuff, man and women. It's not just a woman nature to do dumb stuff. And that might be sound like I'm putting a cape on for women with a sim, but it's just human nature. We all gonna have disagreements. Everybody come from different walks of life and different backgrounds, do stupid stuff that you might not think sits right with you. But as far as maturity as a man for marriage, I don't think I don't think it should be solely on whether a woman is doing something stupid. It should be on what can you bring to the table. How, like the pastor said, how can you fuel your spouse, your woman? You know what I'm saying? What can you do? How can you cooperate with her in the household and as a husband?
Well, let me add to what you just said. I did say we men do stupid stuff. I literally said that. So the only thing you heard was when I say women do stupid shit. I say women men do stupid shit too. But overall, the man is the head of the household. So he can't go too far in doing stupid shit because he is the end all be all when it comes to the direction of the family. So to a certain degree, the acceptance is the maturity that I brought up because you have to accept the fact that a woman is going to get emotional. A woman is going to she's going to have her days. She's going to have, it's not about doing stupid shit, but women are more emotional than men. And I think a lot of men, just on YouTube, just by what they say, because I don't know how they live, they don't seem to either understand women or accept their nature. It's always trying to fight their nature. And the maturity that I spoke of, is the acceptance of it with parameters. 'Cause I don't know how they live. They don't seem to either understand women or accept their nature. It's always trying to fight their nature. And the maturity that I spoke of is the acceptance of it with parameters. 'Cause I don't know how they live. They don't seem to either understand women or accept their nature. It's always trying to fight their nature. And the maturity that I spoke of is the acceptance of it Because if you keep acting crazy, if you go too far, you get the hell out. But at the end of the day, if we can work this out and like you get upset, you do this, you do that, but you don't go too far with it, and you stay in the room with me, you don't storm out the room slamming doors and shit, we okay, and then you set parameters with the acceptance that she is going to do stupid shit. Because guess what? You are going to do stupid shit too as a man in her mind. And as long as y'all are okay with those parameters, y'all are good. We can't go in these relationships thinking the man is going to be perfect or thinking the woman is going to be perfect. And I think that's one of the problems that men and women face. They don't accept that the other person is way flawed than just imperfect. They're extremely flawed. They got their own trauma. They don't went through that. They got abandonment issues. They talk over you. They got all these issues, the man and the woman. And when y'all start arguing and going back and forth, you got to sit back and say, whoa, why are we arguing? It's me not accepting the other person's problem or issue. Let me slow down a little bit and let me hear them, because acceptance is hearing and seeing somebody.
What did he just say?
Hey, quick question. Besides Sweeney, anybody else on the panel currently married?
I'm a husband. I'm just not married.
You said besides Sweeney?
Yeah.
I'm married.
Mr.
Okay.
Lego, shut the hell up.
What, you jealous that I'm a husband?
That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Don't talk no more for the rest of the show. That's the dumbest shit.
You sound like you jealous.
No, I sound like somebody who just heard some stupid shit.
He said he identifies as a husband.
I
Yeah.
identify as a husband.
We in a day and age you can identify, whatever you want to identify.
Right. And I need you to respect my pronouns, sir.
Oh, man, I ain't respecting shit. That was some goofy. Go ahead, Bruiser. What was you saying, bro?
You're
Somebody was asking a question.
Before Sweeney came in saying dumb shit.
No, that was dumb. I'm just responding to it, which makes me dumb. Because now my dumb ass was responding to your dumb ass shit. Well, how do we get here?
Listen, I want to bring some clips.
Yeah, like I did want to bring some up too, because I noticed some of the ladies said that they were young. So I know we have people listening, and we do have some young ladies that may be listening, or either some mothers. There's no issue with marrying young, right? It's just that you guys wasn't prepared, right?
Absolutely.
I shouldn't have married. Yeah. So I think he prayed on that. So there's no issues with marrying young if they're supposed to be together now.
Yeah,
So
I know some people that marry young now. My brother to be exact, and they're still together. So
okay. So then,
and I'm married young also.
Okay, so then, like, what can we tell younger people, or how can we prepare our sons and daughters to be able to marry early if that's an option for them?
Look at the red flags, and fix them if they fixable before you get married. I always tell people that, marriage is not going to magically make the problems you had in your relationship go away. So if you having problems in your relationship, and I mean, mild problems, not, some, he can't stop cheating on me or he a pathological liar. No, I'm just talking about, just, problems. Fix it before you get married. Because once you get married, people get comfortable, and they like, well, we married now. I mean, I guess, and it gets really hard to try and deal with those problems then. So the biggest advice I have is to, get as strong as you can in that relationship, get on the same page, counseling, whatever you need to do, and understand what a healthy marriage looks like, because you will argue, you will go through, lows, everything won't be great all the time.
Won't be good.
Yeah. So you both gotta be in this fight together. You both got to be willing, to do just as much. Like I said, no one person can carry the relationship. That's exhausting, and it's not fair.
And the
Is
parent
Jennifer still eating? Okay, I'm sorry.
it starts with programming. So the parents have to program their children to be wives, to be husbands, because by the time you're 18, 19, if you have that public school or feminism programming, that's hard to shake. They don't even, you might tell them about relationships. That's too late to tell them, and they already have their minds, formed and fixed to go into a marriage and demand and not support and not give and just take. So you just have to, the parents have to instill that in them. And if that wasn't given to you, then you have to unlearn a lot of things and learn the proper way. Learn from people that are married, that are successfully married.
And I'll jump in since I was married at a young age, just as a male. It's important to make sure that you get around older men that will give you good advice, because you can hang around a whole bunch of single friends and you don't got married at a young age, but all your homeboys still out here smashing chicks left and right. You could turn around and get pulled almost out of your whole marriage because your homeboys run around doing crazy stuff. So you have to surround yourself, because I was lucky enough where all my homeboys, like, well, three of my other homeboys, we all got married somewhere in the same period of time, not the same time. And we kind of like held each other down. We can call each other like, yo, man, my wife did this, and they could turn around and say, yeah, my wife did that, instead of like, man, forget her, like, let's get out of the club, you know what I'm saying, let's do this. So I had a good foundation of males around me that understood my issues or my ups and downs of my marriage, because they had issues and ups and downs of their marriage.
Are they still married?
They are. I'm the only one that's not married.
What age was everybody when they got married? That married young?
We was like, what, 19, 20, something like that. We didn't get married at the exact same time, but we all got married somewhere within the same, I'd say 2-year span or something like that.
I was 22.
Yeah.
Same, 22.
Yeah. I was 19.
But I'll tell you, having kids at a young age, there's a beautiful side to it, because my kids grown as hell, and I ain't got
I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. I'm looking forward to that. Young with no kids in the house.
Yeah,
I would have
when
been
you
an empty nester this year, but I started over. So
when you can actually meet your kids out to eat and not go have to pick them up, and then that's a good. Okay, I'll meet you over on this side. You ain't got to pick nobody up. You can just drive there, and they drive there, and y'all meet up. You ain't got to take nobody home. You ain't got to pick nobody up from school.
Beautiful.
Like, that shit is so beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I'm telling y'all.
Oh my God.
Having kids at a young age is beautiful.
I said that for a reason, because I think at 25 it would have been a more appropriate age to get married. 24, 25 would have been more appropriate, because you don't really, your brain doesn't even close up until
I agree.
Fully develop until that age. So you don't know yourself, you don't have an experience. So you might think the first serious person, you took them seriously. You took marriage seriously, and then you paid the price later on. So, and I also think that some men, it does matter that you are divorcee. And we had this conversation before, not here, but some men do consider that you were married before.
I will say that even though at 22, if I had married the right partner, I would still be married. There were some red flags, like some really, really big ones that, that youth would tell you, like, oh, we can get through this. Oh, you don't want to listen, you don't want to read the writings on the wall. So if I had somebody who, had good intentions for me, I think I'd still be married. I definitely married the wrong person. And that's where the youth came in, not stopping. Like, now you show me a couple red flags, I'm exiting stage left. Like, oh no, boo boo. We good.
So you were the red flag, because you couldn't see.
No, I was not the red flag.
You
I will
didn't
give you
have discernment.
Yeah. You're right. If you want to say it like that, yes. I ignored it. I put it like this. I was with a man who, you know, he identified as a single man with no kids. But when I was 7 months pregnant with our son, he revealed to me that he had an ex-wife and 2 kids.
God, that-
What?
That's a good reason to dip.
Yeah, and I didn't. I married him. So
Jesus.
that's what I said. That the red flags, you know. Yeah. And I'm trying to think, did he tell me that after we got engaged or before? He might have told me after we got engaged.
So was he a bad man overall?
Yeah.
Huh?
Was he a bad man overall?
Overall? Maybe not, but he wasn't a good husband. I tell you that.
What does that mean?
Well, he lost his job and then decided to become a house husband and was completely okay with his wife working 70 hours a week and being at the house and not doing anything. And he told me that he didn't think that God wanted him to work.
God.
God.
God told him
Yeah.
don't work.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And to this day, I don't think he works. He married another who takes care of him.
Oh, so
So-
he found a girl in his market.
So you don't know that, you think that. So that's not good to say.
I do know that.
You just said you think it to this day.
Oh, well, who gonna take care of him? He's not working.
You said you
Oh.
think he doesn't work.
Sheesh.
He don't work.
Don't work.
You ain't
If
getting
he
no
worked-
child support, huh?
Yeah, he don't work. He don't work.
Every man ain't a good man, and y'all just accept
No,
that.
he don't work.
Uh,
He laid up. He found him a good one. You know, he found him a good one.
You ain't
Third
never
time
had to.
around.
You ain't never asked the question. Like I had a friend who's always saying to find herself in these like wild situations with like men, right? And I asked her one day. I said, "You ain't never asked. You ever wonder and ask the question, how the fuck did I get here?"
Morgan. Oh,
Like, because I think about all the men in the world, right? I think about all the men in the world, and I'm like, how
Hey,
did you
Morgan.
wind up with the worst type?
I think he's talking to you, Morgan.
Shit, I already know. You ain't got to tell me. How did I get here?